Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
Our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag. All right, man. Jamil Charlo, the 154-pound undisputed Charlo, is picking Caleb Plant to defeat David Benavidez. He said David Benavidez is one-dimensional. He said Caleb Plant got the boxing skills. And Styles Make Fights is going to be a good one. You know, they fight next Saturday. I believe Christian Shields picked Caleb Plant. Quite a few people picked Caleb Plant. I want to say somebody else also. A few other people picked him to be Benavidez. And, you know, a lot of people believe that Caleb Plant, David Benavidez is going to just run through him. You know? And one the big to ask the question is Jermell picking David Benavidez so his brother don't get that work from David Benavidez. If he be picking Plant, hoping Plant wins so his brother ain't got to get that work from Benavidez. Man, let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. I mean, remember at one point he said he'd fight David Benavidez. He said Benavidez got to lose a little bit of weight, but he'll step up and fight him. But it could be. At one point I like Jamil Charlo chances versus Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He got a big frame. Benavidez got a big frame. He got that jab. I like the style that he got. And I don't know if things in his life is stopping him from, continuing, his development into a really good fighter. Or the matchmaking is stopping his development from a really good fighter, man. He should be, looking for big fights. And the biggest and the best. And then, that's, Munguia. If that's, Lara, they issue Lara to fight Michael Zephyr, so no Lara and Danny Garcia right away. He should be seeking out the biggest and the best fights out there. And, and he changed his perception that you got to ask this question because, it don't seem like he want to fight nobody. Whether, now Lara got a belt, he already been dismissive of fighting Lara. At 54, saying their kids play together. He didn't fight, Triple G, and, unfortunately that wasn't his fault. Canelo vacated. He didn't fight Canelo, where he got upgraded to regular champion, franchise champion. Like I said, Munguia fight didn't happen. The Billy Joe Saunders fight never happened. Never bring up the thought of him and Janibek fighting each other. I mean, at the end of the day, him and Demetrius Andrade ain't fought. He ain't tried to unify with the past 3 WBO middleweight champions, which would be Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade, and Janibek. So there's a laundry list of guys that could have, catapulted him to a different different tier in boxing where, he fight Benavidez, he would be the A side. You know what I'm saying? Him going out there trying to call out Dimitri Bivol, looking stupid, telling him to come down. And you got to ask yourself, is they rocking with Caleb Plant because it's American pride? They rocking with him because he got boxing skills, and Benavidez just seemed barbaric and aggressive. And I tell y'all, them type of dudes that fight like Benavidez, that fight like Tim Tszyu, that fight like Better BF, fight like Chocolito, you notice there's always kind of pushback with those guys. Y'all notice that? Where it's always, well, they not that skilled, or, oh, they slow, or, you ever notice that, the current, generation of boxing, which is the fans, the casuals, the hardcore, the purists, the media, and the boxers seem to reject pressure fighters. You got to understand there's only a handful of notable pressure, the true pressure fighters in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Not the type of pressure where, they kind of keep you like arm's length at like that mid-range pressure. I mean, like inside, like walking you down, beating your ass, perhaps getting in the inside here and there. Those guys in boxing seem to be rejected because everybody want to fight like this. Everybody think that's the only way. That's why people kind of saying, well, Earl Smith don't move his head, or, he uses feet to get his head off his line. He's trying to got a whole video over there with boy that ran in Thailand who needed some cake mix. You know what I'm saying? You know, who did the R. Kelly allegedly. Seems like you ready. You know what I'm saying? And he talked about why he don't have Eero move his head. He uses feet to get him off the line. And there's a number of ways to defend, bro. Just doing all this, you know what I'm saying? There's a number of effective ways in boxing that they don't utilize no more. There's effective pressure. There's obviously the ineffective pressure. Then you got good pocket fighters still today, guys that fight in the mid range. You got good guys that fight on the outside. But you know what you don't really see is dudes that pressure. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that no more. Or dudes who really, you know, bring the pressure. And a lot of people in boxing seem to reject that idea. And people say, well, Benavidez look barbaric. You know, and I said that he don't bring his hands back home. He don't do this, he don't do that, but it worked for him. And now we're going to see him level up. And when you step up in competition, there is expected to be some pushback. There's expected to be some resistance, some tension, you know, and I don't think he going to run through Plant like he run through Plant like that. You know, he might well be one of the 5 best fighters in boxing. If he really run through Plant like he's saying in the 6th round, and I don't think he going to run through Plant like that. But if he run through Plant like that and Plant saying it's going to be the best Plant, he really going to have a problem getting motherfuckers in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And people going to diminish it and say, well, you know, Plant ain't that good, or Plant was already knocked out by Canelo. Why should I gonna start moving the bar? You know? But I really think that Jamil Charlo, you know, I think a guy like Jamil Charlo who can box, a lot of people weren't really watching boxing when he was sticking and moving, pivoting, you know, with Ronnie in and out, side to side, when he was a real boxer, using, you know, skills and defense transition to offense and offensively going back to defense. When he was that type of fighter before he got with Derrick James, people got to understand that's naturally who he is. Like, as you know, that's his natural first style, is to be a sticker and a mover, and, you know, good defense and all that. You know, and people know him as the guy that his personality matches, now with Derrick James' personality actually it matches his style in boxing. But I just think I think it's a lot of USA support for Caleb. I think people like the skill set. I think people, you know, obviously like the story. You know, I think people are always gonna gravitate towards the more purest form in boxing, especially that's what everybody trying to mimic in boxing. So I don't think it got nothing to do with his brother protecting his brother. His brother having a problem with Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? You know, they both tough fights. I think Caleb Plant might present more issues for Jamil Charlo. You know, but I think, you know, I just think people bagging Plant, and they always gonna favor the guy that's closer to pure boxing, because that's all they do today. All they know is this, and all they know is this. You know, you could tell a lot of these dudes, they not historians in boxing. You know, when you talk to, you know, you could say what you want to say. When you talk to Dougie Fisher, Stevie Kim, Stephen Bredman, Edwards, Caleb Plant trainer now, you know, they always able to reference history. That's a good sign of somebody who know boxing. Al Bernstein, you know, you hear Larry Merchant used to do it a lot. You hear Floyd Mayweather would talk boxing. Him and his dad would talk boxing. Jeff would do it. Roger always was the king of you know, obviously outside like guys like Burt Sugar, Customato. You know, that's a sign of somebody with IQ where they able to reference, you know, past boxing, you know, into a current boxer or current, you know, boxing event or boxing match. You know, you like, oh yeah, this remind me of Mugabe and Hagler, or, you know what I'm saying, this would kind of remind me of Willie Pep. You know what I'm saying? Or the way he throw them combination remind me of Sugar Ray Robinson a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This was like the Leonard and Benitez. You know what I'm saying? Just shit like this. You know, Tua and Nike, Wabachi, or you know, they able to reference stuff like that. Michael Moore and George Foreman, and they able to go back and say, oh yeah, he remind me of, you know, this guy. You know, oh, this ain't been done since James Toney did it. You know, so that's always a great sign. And today boxing. They Mayweather kids, all they know is hit and don't get hit. That's what they try to do. Nobody know there's other effective ways That's 39, 99% that don't look as flashy, but it's consistent. You know, they don't build a bunch of pressure fighters no more, and that's why they be beating niggas' ass. You know, first thing you see dudes do when they fighting somebody that's a real pressure fighter, and a lot of these dudes, they bring pressure, but they really ain't on the inside really like working their ass. Like Chavez would be a motherfucking problem today. He fuck around would without the internet. If he had the same activity, he'd probably run up 100-0 record today because they couldn't fuck with him, because they couldn't fight him. They couldn't really fight him. They wouldn't know how to keep him off of him. And once he get on the inside and start working, they wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that's why these dudes beat motherfuckers. They oh man, he not fast, he not the biggest, or he don't move his head. But there's other effective ways to get that head off the line. There's other effective ways to break somebody down. There's other different ways than a pepper and jab. You got a hard jab, you know, power jab. There's other ways to break guys down. And when you don't see pressure fighters like that, they the hardest, because you got to find guys who bring the same pressure. And these dudes, first thing they want to do is they fall to the ropes. Instead of keeping it in the middle of the ring, feinting, throwing combinations, stepping over to the side, you know what I'm saying, banging the body, hitting them one shot, getting out the way, you know what I'm saying? Instead of keeping them guessing, they don't know how to fight them dudes no more. So fatigue ain't even like became a factor in the opening bell. You already, you know, falling to the ropes, throwing the jab, sliding on the ropes. You already lost the fight before it started. Unless you one of them like them 10% punchers that can really generate power on the back foot. You already, you know, as soon as Caleb Plant start falling to the ropes, oh, he gonna lose. You know, so that's why people, everybody think, oh, you get the Mayweather style, man. The remedy to beat that shit is what Jose Luis Castillo did to him. Get him on the inside, beat his ass. You know, but Floyd learned from that fight and got a lot better after that fight. But hey, and little known fact, the second fight was scored closer, I think, than the first fight. I think it was. Officially. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, crucial chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.